Hello ladies and gents, this is Jamie Little Tallulah Poet Spice, and I am here to do a tutorial. I told you this project in an embossy punch bunch, and I showed you these projects with 3 die kill a kit, where we had this cute little bag and I put some die cuts on it, and then I did this one with some die cuts on it. So cute. And I told you that I would do a tutorial on the folding because, number one, I think it's a little confusing if you have this magazine, and if you don't have the magazine, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is not the bag is not my project, right? It came from the Tattered Lace, and it is issue 41, and it is on page 50 in the book, right? So isn't that a cute little bag? So they give you the instructions for the bag, okay? I read through these instructions and I thought they were confusing. Then in the back, they give you a folding guide, which was much easier to follow, but it still was confusing if you didn't pay attention. So I wanted to go ahead and do this video because it's very easy once you actually figure out what's going on, okay? This will work with any 12 by 12 piece of paper, or I should say any square piece of paper. I'm going to use a 12 by 12, and that will give you the size bag that I showed you, this size. Okay, so it shrinks down a lot, so you can see that in comparison to the 12 by 12. Okay, so any square piece of paper will work. I suggest you use a lighter paper because it folds in on itself. It makes it easier to fold. I am using a DCWV, one of the 180 stacks, that paper. So it's not the uber thick paper. You can use that paper, but it's going to be a little more difficult to deal with. Okay, so you need a square piece of paper, whatever size you're going to use. Just remember, you're going to go down to about a third, maybe even a quarter of the size. Excuse me. Excuse me. A couple other tips. Whichever side you want to be on the outside of your bag, okay, that's the side you want to put down. Okay, so I'm going to have this pink dot on the outside, so I'm going to put that down. You also want to pay attention to directional patterns because it's going to get all turned around and flipped around. If you have a pattern that is pretty much top to bottom, you want that in one of the corners. Okay, so first thing you do is outside the bag goes on that side. Then you have your square. You're going to fold corner to corner, then unfold it, and then go corner to corner. All right, so this is so easy. So go corner to corner, and you're going to create a diamond. And the easiest thing to get it to line up is to put the corner and then come straight down and then go out to each corner. Okay, and so you have this line, and I'm going to try to put some marks here so you can see. So you have this line across, right? Then you're going to flip it the other way and go corner to corner. I would also suggest you have a bone folder just because it helps make things easier once you get all these other folds in. So now you have this line. Booyah. So we've got a big square kite. Okay, now here's where you want to check to make sure, well, we'll do it next. So you're going to take this point and go to the center, this point and go to the center. So you're going to create 2 lines. Well, let me do it this way. Let me back up. Whatever you want at the top should be on this side at the top, okay? Because your lines are going to go this way. So corner to center, and it creates this line. And you do the same thing over here, so that would be there. If it helps you to do it, you can do it like that, so you always know what side you're on. I would suggest that you do side, 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 so that you don't get confused. So this gives you this line, right? Then you want to take this point and go to the line you just created here. So you do that, okay? Right, then you're going to do the same thing. You take this point, oops, I'm sorry, it'll give you this line. Then you're going to take this point and go to this first one that you made. So it goes there. So when you're done, you should have 5 lines, 5 vertical lines. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this would be the top. So your design should be looking that way. And then that's the bottom, okay? Now, you do not have to worry about drawing these lines in there. You don't really need them. I'm just putting it in so that you can see it on the camera. On the camera. All right, so this would be the top of our paper, and this will be the bottom. Now, we're going to take, my lines are vertical. We're going to take this bottom part, fold it back up. So you already have that line, folded it in the center. Now what you do is you decide how wide you want the bottom of your bag. On a 12 by 12, I went roughly 5/8 of an inch, but it doesn't have to be exact. So I'm just going to go on this one because there's dots. I'm just going to go like roughly about half my fingertip, which is usually about 1/2 inch. Whatever measurement you make here is going to be double the bottom. So if you make it 1 inch, your bottom of your bag, I'll show you what I mean. This part will be 2 inches. If you make it 5/8, it'll be 10/8, which is what? 1 1/4 inches, okay? So however that, whatever you do there. So I'm going to do it about that wide. And then once again, just take it out. Try to make sure it's even. Now, I did use a scoreboard when I did it on my own, and I wanted to make sure that all the bags were even to do the book. But you can just kind of eyeball it. And if you're bad at eyeballing, get out your scoreboard. All right, so there you go. So you create this little flap. Can you see that? You create that flap. Now, keeping that flap closed, you'll see how you have this little pointy piece out here, and then you can see your lines. There was 1 line, 2 line, there's the 3 line, 4 line, 5th line, right? You're going to fold this up to this 2nd line. Okay, so 1, 2, take it here, and you want to match not this point, not that point, this piece right here. You want that to match at the point. So here's the top of the paper, there's that folded point, then we come down, try to get it all lined up. Okay, notice I have that piece sticking up, so I'm not matching this line, I'm matching this point right here. And that's what was confusing in the book as well, because it's like, what are you talking about? Then we do the exact same thing over here. So there's line 1, there's line 2. We're going to bend it up, not the point, but this piece. Line it up. All right, and if you have to, you know, you can always fold the lines again so you can see it. So we're going to line that up. Get it together. And then here's where it would be good for your bone folder, because you've got all these paper layers there. See that? So now you have something that looks weird like that. Then it will look weird, just push it down, push it down. Okay. Then now you're going to unfold all of this. Okay. We're going to unfold it. Okay. So you unfolded this as well. Unfold the whole piece. Remember, this is your top. And you'll notice, see how this line back here is a valley fold and this is a mountain? Just refold it so it's a valley fold. All right, so now they go that way. Then you want to take this diagonal line and this diagonal line from the top pieces, and their valley folds, you need to make a mountain. So you just take that little piece there, do like that. Just crease it the other way. It's already there. All you're going to do is crease it the other way. Okay? That helps fold the bag. Okay, so then you'll have mountain folds here, 2 valley folds at the bottom. Now, you have to do another fold. If you notice, there is a, can you see that? See that little W right there? We're going for this point right here. There's one on the other side. You see it? This point right there, and you're going to take the tip here and fold it to that point, and then crease it, and it gives you this line. Okay. Then you're going to take this, do it the same way, and it'll give you this line. Okay? Makes sense? So now you have 7 little lines on there. The rest of this is pretty easy. It's all about fitting it together. So we take the pieces that we just had, we fold them back up. Now this is where you want to dry fit. You don't need any glue, but you want to dry fit. What you're going to do is you're going to take this line and it's going to fold over. Then there is this solid line here. Can you see this line right here? You're going to take that and match it up. So you're going to take this line, fold it in like that. And then if you can see, there's a line, a straight line right there. You're going to take that and line it up here. See that? See how that works? Do it again. You're going to take this, leave this folded, fold this line, and then there is a solid straight line here. You're going to line that up. Then just do that. Get that going. Then do the same thing on this side. So you take this line, line it up, go for the straight line there, and that's a piece that was difficult in the instructions too. So what you want looks like that. Now this is where I say dry fit it. Here is where you want to fold this piece inside the bag. You don't really have to worry about measuring or anything like that. Just fold it over, press it down when it's the way you want it to go, and then do the same thing up here, right? Now don't push too hard that you rip through the bottom of your bag, right? So dry fit it, because if you fold it all up, which is what they did in the magazine, if you fold it all up and then try to do this, it's a pain in the butt. So then unfold this, just turn it over, and you're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So you take this line, fold it in, there's the other straight line, line it up. See, like that? Okay. And it doesn't matter if the top part comes undone, because you haven't put anything down yet. Do the same thing on this side, fold it in, there's that straight line, line it up on the edge, dry fit the top. So here's where both pieces meet. You want to just kind of come in and just finagle it till it gets the way you want it. Line it up, press it down. Alright, you can use your bone folder. So that's what it would look like on the inside. Okay. Then the next thing you do is pull both of these back out. So you have your pointy pieces out. And then if you notice, see how it looks like a little box already? That's what you're going to fix back together. So you push the box in, right? There's that side. Now go ahead and fit that piece in. Turn it around. You've got your box looking here. Go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead and push that piece in there. Right. See? No gluing. And if you look at the bottom, if you can, I don't know if you can see in there, you have your little points. Now, if you want to, you can, you know, cut those off. But I left mine in there. It's just going to add some more strength to your... So there's your bag. Isn't that cute? There's your bag. Blah, blah. Now, I also found that it was much better to go back through and actually fold this bag down flat. And what I mean is, instead of having it look like this, fold it down flat. Okay? So you just take all these sides, push them in like you would any bag you find in the store. So it's going to crease at the bottom, and you'll have to finagle it into position because it's not used to being in that position, right? Because you folded it other ways. So go back and just take those lines, fold them back into position so that you can get the bag to fold flat. All right. Just be careful because, you know, you know how paper is. It doesn't want to do what it doesn't want to do. So right now, see how puffy and like that looks? Take your bone folder and now go over the whole thing. See that? And it helps straighten out all the lines. My messy mat. Straightens out all the lines. And then it's much neater. See that? See how it's much neater now? And it'll go back and it'll open. It'll go back and open. Now, there's a couple things you can do if you want to make, you know, leave this as a bag. You can cut an extra piece of little cardboard or something to the length at the bottom if you want to do that to make the bottom sturdier. Then, of course, this is where you would put your handles, right? So you would just take your crocodile, punch a hole here, punch a hole there, run your ribbon, whoop, and run another ribbon. So you get this kind of look, right? 2 holes tied on the inside, 2 holes tied on the inside. Then you've got your loops. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. It's adorable. Okay, so there's that. That's what you can do. Isn't it cute? Now, I did a book, so I showed you this book using that, and I'll just put it here in case somebody has not seen the video. Okay, and I liked it because a lot of times you get alligator mouth. Well, by doing a hinge system, you don't get alligator mouth. It will expand in the front, boop, and it expands in the back. What? Yeah, baby. So to get that look, all you have to do is take how many ever bags you want. Make sure all the spines are together, the bottom of the bags, right? And then you would do that. Isn't that awesome? You could use this as an accordion folder. So in that case, you would just take this one, glue it here. Take these 2, glue it there. And then it would open like this. You know, you'd have that accordion thing going on. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have any I can show you. You would take a circle if you're going to do the hinge system. You would take some kind of circle. You could do any shape really, as long as it's symmetrical, it works better. You take your shape. You put the pages together. So I want this on the outside, so my 2 quote-unquote spines will line up. I take my circle. Right, so I got my spines lined up. Take my circle, or whatever shape I'm going to use, glue it in the center, and then when you fold it, it'll work. Now I would go ahead and put a, you know, score it in half and then put it down. But you get the idea, right? And then that would be the same. Then you'd get another one, and you would attach it to this page. Doop. Do the same. And you can have as many of these together as you would want. Isn't that awesome? So fabulous. So there's lots of ways you could use this little quote-unquote bag tutorial. So if you enjoyed this one, let me know. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share. And, you know, if you decide to do one, let me know. Put a little video link or something so I can check it out. Thanks for watching, and I hope that helped. Bye!